Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to this video. It's all of the highlights from the National Metro Mini Show here at the British Motor Museum. This little car behind, it's one of my little personal favourites. When I was a kid, I was about, I don't know, 8, 10 years old, something like that. I had a friend and her older brother had one of these that he sat there endlessly tinkering with and fixing and cleaning. And I used to spend hours in the back seat of it. And the owners very kindly said I can get in the back seat of this one. So, if I can remember. Oh, I used to sit here. I used to sit and just tinker away. Oh, this brings back so many memories. I've got to get me one of these. I'm going to hide in here forever now, that's it, I'm done. starting with these here, which are our O2S.
That's right. So these are R53s, and these are the very first R53s built in 2002.
Now, I remember the press photos of the Cooper S, and this was sort of one of those press spec kind of colours that they had out there. Talk to me about your car.
Yeah, this is, I think it's something like the 53rd Cooper S produced in the production colour of dark silver. They did dark silver and electric blue as the launch colours. Yes, it was a press car, so it's quite high spec.
Okay, so this is a 52 plates. This is the quite an early one of the 52 plates. This was built in August, and it's 2,805. Yeah, slight modifications on it. I've got the ram scoop on the bonnet. Also got an induction kit.
Do you get that lovely supercharger whine? Do you still get that from them?
Definitely, yeah.
I bet it's just sort of like that. Go faster, go faster, go faster, go faster.
Yeah, it's a bit addictive. You just can't help putting your foot down. It's a lovely sound.
Talk to me about this.
So this is a Cool Blue 2004, one of the early ones actually. And I've had it 5 years.
5 years? What is it about this car that you like so much to keep it that long?
I just love it.
What would it take for you to part from it?
£3,000.
£3,000? Bargain, we'll have that. Now then, you've got £3,000 you can lend me. No, talk to me about yours.
I don't know what to say. Her name's Penny, and it was freezing this morning driving in.
It was a big car. Yeah, but you've got power under there.
Oh, because convertible's amazing. As long as it's not raining, that's fine.
Do you remember last year? Were you here last year for the show? And it poured down.
Yeah.
Horrific.
In this, yeah.
With the roof down?
No.
Had the roof down going home though, all that rain, whoosh, straight over the top. There was multiple different special editions of the Mini.
There were loads, yeah.
Cooper 35, talk me through it.
Right, this is the 35th limited edition. 14th of May 1996. 200 were sold by Rover, just 200. They were all in almond green with white roofs, with all the livery you see on these here. And they sort of went one per Rover dealer. It was that rare.
Wow.
And all of them were sold, literally, that week. That's and it's to commemorate 35 years since the first Mini Cooper. That was 1996, from 1961. So that's why they're called 35ths. Okay, and this is where Rover, who built this one, reintroduced the almond green colour again, because when the Coopers stopped in the late 60s, the colour had gone, and it was reintroduced.
So in terms of the spec then, we've got the almond green, we've got the white on the roof. Was it a 1300 unit?
1275, yeah.
1275 there. We've got leather interior, leather steering wheel as well, with the same colour leather on the steering wheel and seats as on the outside. Bit of walnut as well.
Walnut dashboard, a leather gear knob as well, green gear knob. Yeah, and you've got, what's unusual on a Mini as well, the colour is almond green on the back of the mirror. That's normally white on most Minis that have this wing mirror.
Yep. We had 200 sold over these, 200 built by Rover.
Yeah.
But that was only for the UK market.
Yeah.
There was a little other work going on in the background over in Japan, where there was a few more.
There certainly was. There were Roger over there, who's got the red one over there, found a lot of information out, but there were 1,350 went to Japan. Coloured almond green or red, and what's different is they don't have the gunmetal alloy wheels. They have air conditioning, which some people are quite jealous about, particularly on stinking hot
Not you,
summer.
Of course.
Yeah. Last summer, yes, I think, yeah. So the Japanese, they were really popular in that era, 1996, and they just latched onto it, and the sales were just far more for there than here. Yep. And gradually now they're being imported back because there's so few of these around.
Yeah. I'm going to move on to you very quickly in there. Sure. Did you know that you got a 35? Were you looking for a 35? What's the story?
I wasn't looking for a 35. When I bought the car, I just liked the colour of it. It seemed like a good price, and I thought, great, I'll go for it. And I saw this funny sticker on the side of it saying 35. And I ended up going to Bingley Hall actually, and I met Heather there, and she told me about the 35th group and about how special these cars were, and that's when I sort of joined the club, yeah, and I'm really pleased with it, yeah.
And then when you found out you got that lovely fizzy bubbly feeling inside, going, oh, I've got something really special now.
Yeah, exactly, especially when I found out it being red, it was a Japanese, obviously I knew it was a Japanese import, but I knew how rare it was. I think only 200 red ones were made for Japan.
I should have mentioned on the original 200, just 5 of them John Cooper garages took down you know, on the south coast in Sussex,
yes.
At East Preston, and he brought a version. He gave it put more brake horsepower in, different exhaust. Got the brake horsepower up from about 57 to 84 brake horsepower. And he altered the walnut dashboard to be an elmwood. What colour?
We've got our Metros in the arena with us here now, and we're going to start with you, sir. You're running away already. Tell us what you brought in.
Rover Metro, Austin Metro, sorry, pickup.
And have you done the conversion on this?
No, it was done already. I'm a Metro enthusiast, I've got a couple, and it popped up for sale, so I bought it.
Fair enough. And was it this colour?
It was, yeah. Exactly.
It's sort of like an army khaki green, isn't it, almost?
To be honest, that's exactly how it come. I've wiped over a little bit, and that's as good as it's got.
It's cool though. It's very cool. I mean, it's different. It's different from all of the others. Obviously, it's not original, but it does look really cool. That's what we got here.
So yeah, we've got a 1983 Austin Metro HLE. It's been sort of recently restored. Yeah,
turn around. Look at the camera, man. Turn around.
So yeah, it's been restored to body-wise. So full paintwork. It's had, obviously put the lattice alloys on it and things like that. It's cost me a packet to get it to the standard.
So why have you invested so much in a Metro?
A lot of it's childhood memories, really. Yeah? So, yeah, I've been in many a Metro when I was younger.
Under the skin?
Under the skin, yeah. So, childhood memories, and just something I just got into and just, it's what I want.
You've got the right car for the weather today.
Yeah, we
Tell me about this.
It's a 1996 Rover 100 Cabriolet. I've had it since 2005.
Yep.
And over the last 10 years, I've done a VVC conversion with MGTF gearbox, subframe, front suspension, upgraded the brakes to Metro GTI and anti-roll bars, etc.
So you've got the looks and the go.
Yeah, it should be about 170 horsepower. So it moves.
And the weight?
About 850 kilograms.
So what was it you say that? 170
horsepower.
170, so it's over 200 brake per tonne?
Yeah, it should be, yeah.
What have you bought in here?
A 92 GTI.
92 GTI, so under the bonnet, power?
1.410 brake.
Not bad. And colour is this gorgeous green. Interior? Original?
All standard, and it's the same as my first car. So I've restored it. It's an ongoing project.
Mega. So the same. I bet you regret selling that.
What, nobody wanted them back in the day. Now they're popular again.
Yeah, fantastic. Red's my favourite colour.
It's mine.
And this I like a lot. So you've got the MG flashes down the side, MG flashes on the inside. Tell us all about it.
So it's a 1990 MG Metro, and it's part of a midlife crisis collection because I owned one exactly the same colour and exactly the same reg in 1990.
What is it about Metros that get under the skin?
I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm from Birmingham.
That's a good answer. That is a good answer. Now then, I'm going to come on to you, sir.
Yep.
Tell us what we've got here.
This is a Rover 100, 1.1 turbocharged. Called the Spit. It's SPI turbo.
Have you done anything else other than just gone, right, let's turbo it and see what she'll do?
Exactly that.
Well, you've taken the back seats out.
Back seats are out, bit of weight saving.
Do I dare say that this is all about the go and not the show?
Exactly that.
You're not offended that I've said that?
No, it's a mess.
How quick is it?
0 to 60, 6.6 seconds.
That's not bad going, is it?
Not for a 1 litre.
Tell us what we've got here.
So this is a 1996 Cabriolet, and I've had it about a year. I believe it came out of the previous owner passed away, and I promised basically to keep the vehicle in the same condition it was when he had it.
Fantastic. So mileage-wise?
58,000 miles. It's covered, before my ownership, a couple of hundred miles every time it had an MOT in the last 10 years.
I'm guessing there was a history file like this as well.
Yeah,
See, cars like this are an absolute gem because they're just time capsules.
Never been welded. It's never been welded.
Fantastic. And now you're here.
Yeah.
But were you part of the Metro group before you had this?
No. I bought this and helped him set up the group. So
fantastic. What's the Metro Madness group like?
Mad.
I knew you were going to say mad. And last but by absolutely no means least, getting plenty of attention in this. It's not Shrinking Violet. This is it?
Not really. No.
Tell us about this.
Well, it started off as a Rover 100, so it's not what it appears to be. And I've just backdated it and added a livery. It's got a 1.8 engine in it.
What power is that 1.8?
It's about 130, but it's low ratio gearbox, so it's about 0 to 60 in just under 6 seconds.
Nice. And they're not heavy, these at all, are they?
This is pretty light, yeah. It's,
what's this tip in the scale? 700?
Yeah, 750.
750, and you've got, 130 brake there. Yeah. So you're nudging, 150, 160 brake per tonne, reckon?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Have you taken it on track?
Yeah. So it's a Nürburgring, drove it to the Nürburgring.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How did it do out there?
It was quicker than I thought.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And now in the arena with us here, we have got the Y-Register. So these are the first of our new Minis, as they were. And the first thing that I want to talk about, the very first thing I want to talk about, we'll come over and talk about them here, is the divide between new and old Mini. Let's just address it head on, shall we? Because there's always, it's not a Mini, it's too big to be a Mini. My opinion, for what it's worth, which is worthless, completely worthless. If we hadn't had new Mini come along, we wouldn't have Mini now. The brand would have died. BMW saw the value in that name, in the brand, and they pumped into it. And now we've got sort of like this whole new generation of Mini owners who, they would never have come into this. It wouldn't be the scene that it is today. That's my opinion on it anyway. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think that. And somebody who comes from Oxford, without new Mini, we wouldn't have a factory and we wouldn't have 4,500 jobs directly there and then the supply chain. So actually there's a serious side to the continuation of Mini for people in Oxfordshire, actually in a wider field. But then, as an enthusiast, I just enjoyed moving through from classic, I still have classic Minis, into modern Minis. It's great.
I tell you what I'm finding interesting as well now is cars naturally are getting bigger because we're demanding more and more things in them and safety regulations are changing. There's all sorts of things. It's not just the fact that we're all getting bigger. Everything gets bigger over time and the cars are having to reflect that in their size. But if you see like the latest Mini and sit it next to one of these now look quite diddy compared to the latest ones.
They do, they look quite small really, and it just shows you how, well, in 22 years things have moved on, and as you say, people do want more modern stuff in their cars, and the cars have become a bit bigger as a result.
Tell us what we've got here.
So this is Gertie. She's a Y-Reg, obviously. She was built on the 8th of May 2001 and dispatched as a dealer launch car down to Stephen James in Sidcup.
I have a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
The reg.
Yes.
Y-Reg. It's GP51. I mean, there is a Y in the reg, but no, come on, tell me about this.
So my car was made after the new registration plates were brought in, but they didn't do green before the registration came.
Oh.
So mine is early, but...
An early green one?
Yeah.
Very good. And talk me through your spec. Is it a base or is it ultimate luxury? Where are we?
I can't think which one it is, but it's the second one up. So we've got a few little luxuries, but mostly base.
Have you got aircon?
No.
But you've got windows that go down and that's all that matters. What do you think of the group?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. So I'm like one of the youngest in the group and everyone's just so welcoming, and it doesn't matter that I'm so young.
I'll do this off mic because
old.
you should never ask a lady this. I'm going to do it off mic. Who said 15?
16, I think.
16. That doesn't make it any better. No, I imagine if there was a few more of you, then you might lower the average age of the group a little bit. No, wonderful to see that you're getting involved in cars, because there are lots of people of your generation. I still think I am part of your generation, though I'm not. There are lots of people in your generation who are just not interested in cars, and it's just sort of like, just like getting from A to B. But now, sort of like, it's getting under your skin, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so this is Kevin. He's a Mini One. He was produced 9th of May 2001, so he's one of the very first. As far as I'm aware, he was not the press car, but he was a demo car for Mini in Liverpool, so he's slightly higher spec. So he has got aircon, and he's got his chrome interior.
So she's looking now, going, chrome interior, AC, yeah. Were you looking for a Y-Reg?
I was, yes. Yeah. Yes, I've got this one. I've just bought another one as well, so I'll pick him up the end of next month.
So this is a dealer launch vehicle from 2001. I think it was sent to the West Country, where it did its dealer launch duties for that dealer. I can't think which one it is, but it's the posh spec.
I'm noticing the spot spec, because we've got a hole here that goes all the way back. We've got nice leather in here, and OBL. Talk us through OBLs.
Well, they were the press and launch cars. Apparently 135 of them were taken off the line, all registered in Reading at the same time. So the OBL in itself doesn't mean anything, it just gives a point in time and a reference so you can spot these cars, because they were the press and launch cars.
And has this one got the pre-production interior, is it?
Well, oddly, it was out on the 26th of April 2001, so it's the first day of full production, although it wears the seats, which are pre-production seats, so these have the grooves in them.
You're also an OBL owner. Talk me through it.
It's the Scottish launch car. It's an OBL, and it is the same as that, only it hasn't got the groove seats, and that's it really. It's back to factory spec, and it goes well.
Is this one yours? Tell us what we've got here.
We have a dealer, Jersey dealer launch car, purchased several months ago, just off the whim. With 43,000 miles on the clock.
Very good. And were you looking for an early one, or did you just see it and go, yep, that's the one for me?
Yeah, we heard about the sought after, so jump on the wagon.
Good man, good man.
Got a Mini One, early one, 147. It's got 71k on the clock.
How long you had it?
Since last September.
Last September, so I'm imagining you were looking for an early one.
No, I wasn't actually. No, but I have.
You just spotted it and thought,
Yeah, basically.
I love like a very base spec car.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love one with all the toys on, but one that's got nothing on it. It's just very honest, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed it is.
I like this one because we've got somewhere to sit down. This is fabulous. This is quite comfy. So tell us what we've got here.
Well, this car belongs... sorry.
Easy on.
The horn works anyway.
Crikey. That's definitely in the video. Right, carry on.
Yeah, this moke belonged to Alex Moulton, who was the pioneer of the hydroelastic suspension and hydrogas. When Alex Moulton died in 2012, I think it was, his vehicles were sold off, this being one of them. This particular one was used as a test bed for his hydrogas and hydroelastic systems. So it was just sort of used as an experimental vehicle. I've been told, I've just met a chap that knows more about it than me, that used to sort of work with him just now, and he was telling me it just was used for going around the estate and testing around the estate rather than going on the road. It's basically got an ordinary hydroelastic system on it, plus it's got a hydrogas system plumbed into it as well. So you can have a combination of all on, all off, or switch them. They can work together. There's valves on this thing here, which will shut left to right and forward and backwards off. So you know, he could experiment which way it was going. All this sort of tape and stuff is all as it was, to get the sort of centre of gravity and the level of the car and that sort of thing. So it was really just an experimental test bed, is all you can say really. And that's about it really. It's certainly the only hydroelastic moke, I should think, in the world, because they never did any hydroelastic mokes, except this one basically.
So I'm trying to understand, has this effectively got almost like two suspension systems on it then?
It has in a way, yes, it has, but they're all linked together. All the piping is linked one to the other with junctions and valves. So you can shut some off, you can put some on. But there's hydrogas units under the front and the rear, and there's also hydroelastic units front and rear. So yes, it's basically it's got two suspension systems on it, really. Yeah.
What's the ride like on it?
Ride's okay, I mean, I can't say I've driven it very far, but it seems to be fine. I mean, it just seems to be like an ordinary hydroelastic sort of car, really.
This is fantastic. Thank you very much for bringing it out. What a wonderful piece of history. Speaking of fantastic pieces of history, now, I have never seen one of these. I've seen photos of these, but I have never seen one in real life. Tell us what we've got.
This is the only one left in this country. It's the demonstrator and prototype of the beach cars they did. And they did between 16 and 35, depending on who you talk to. But they were all left-hand drives. Just this one was right.
I mean, you could not ask for a more apt car in the weather today, could you?
It was pretty cold this morning, though.
Yes, it was. But I tell you now, it's glorious. And did you buy it in this condition, or have you had to restore it up?
No, it's had nothing done to the body at all. It's only had new tyres on it. It was built in 61 and registered 62. Then lent to the Queen for a while. Then it went to Amsterdam with Lord Snowdon and Princess Margaret. And then when Leyland took over Rover, they were scrapping all the prototypes, and it was hidden down the tunnels. And then if you got a friendly director, we knew he was a Guinness, you could buy them as scrap. And we bought it in 1968 with 1,000 mile on the clock.
No, you bought this back in 68 and you've had it, so I'm trying to work this out now. What, you've had it 55 years?
Yeah, get it on that way. Yes.
Wow. Have you taken it to many places? Do you use it often, or did you use it often?
We used it for wedding car for ourselves and the family, and it sat in the garage for about 12 years, and then we've used it pretty well every year since 2000.
Fantastic! This is just an absolutely I mean, you've got beautiful wicker seats, and you've got just this complete open side. It's fabulous, this thing. It looks like it should be sat in there, but I'm so glad it's not. I'm so glad it's sat out here and you've kept it for all this time. Now then, I'm coming on to you two guys, because these are very early ones, if I'm right. This one at 59.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
What year? Do you know what month this was produced?
November.
November 59. So it's fairly early, this. And I have to say, looking at the interior on here, I know like the door cards are made wide enough so you could like put bottles of gin and stuff in the side of it. Not that you'd ever drink and drive, of course, but it's just full of beautiful details.
Thank you. Yeah, it is a beautiful car.
How long have you had this?
September 14, I bought it.
Like this, or have you had to do full resto?
Full resto.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why did you want an early one?
Just wanted a 59, wanted one of the first, and once it became available, I just had to have one, so here it is.
Also a 59. What month was this one?
We've just looked it up because I didn't know. It's 20th of October 1957.
Oh, so yours is a bit ever so slightly earlier than our man next to us here. How long have you had this?
I've had it 5 years.
5 years, and have you had to do full resto, or bought it like this?
In an auction, yeah. I bought it in an auction like this, yeah.
Bought it in an auction. Yeah. Did you go to the auction for it, or did it just come up and you thought, oh yeah, that's a bit me?
No, I actually saw it in the catalogue and I thought, I'm having that, yeah.
Yeah.
And when I bought it, I was sat next to the guy who'd bought it when it were in his state.
Yeah.
And he paid 18,000 for it. He spent 20 on it, renovating it.
Yeah.
And I paid 25 for it, so.
It's a hard pill to swallow, that, isn't it? Hard pill to swallow.
He didn't speak to me after auction, no.
They're quite obviously different, but we can actually start having a look now at the differences between the new Mini, as it were, and the classic Mini next to it. Now, I remember when new Mini came out, everybody was going nuts. They were all like, well, it's not a Mini because it's so much bigger and so forth. But I'm saying, you look at the differences just in terms of the size, in terms of the scale, the design, and the safety. I mean, they are a completely different generation. There's such a huge amount of time separating the two cars, but when you start looking at the essence of them, and you start actually driving them, they obviously do drive different. But if they were to produce a Mini in 2000 when they were designing this, would they have designed something like this? Would it have been that different from there? Who knows? But there you are, ladies and gents, a rare opportunity for you to see the very first of the classic Mini sat next to the very first of the new Mini. What a fabulous thing. Absolutely superb. We'll leave them there just for a minute so you can get a few photos, and I'll come off the mic so you can enjoy them for a little bit. But can I ask all of you around the arena now, can I ask you please, can you put your hands together for all of our owners and drivers and helping us put this fantastic shot together? Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Underneath this video there's a thumbs up. If you have enjoyed it, hit that, and that really helps YouTube share the video to more people on the platform. Also, there's a subscribe button. Hit that, you'll get a new video from me every week. Coming up next are all the highlights from the American and Custom show down at Bewley. Hopefully a few of you will be there, but if not, don't worry, the video will be online the same day as always. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you again soon.